Hey guys, Alex Keeson here with you today. This is Heart and Mind of a Leader, and we are in Module 23, where we discussing attributes of a successful leader. And today I would like to speak with you briefly about problem solving as an attribute. Now, what does it mean for a leader to have a good problem solving skills, and really how does that apply in the field of leadership altogether? So, personally, the way I see a leader is someone who is solution oriented, someone who comes to help solve problems. Whether it's in business, in your personal life, you're always looking for innovative ways to help create solutions to various problems or obstacles that either a business may face or you may face in your personal life. Now, I think one major thing that's part of creating solutions is just having that out of box thinking, right? Leaders think slightly different. As a leaders, we look for innovative ways to solve problems or improve products, improve processes, and how to make it more efficient and how to make it easier. And that's really where the out of the box of thinking comes into play. Now, is that always the case where every leader is has a really good problem solving skills? No, unfortunately, that's not the case, and that's really what separates a leader from a good leader or a successful leader. And can someone who inspires to be a leader, but maybe they're still not quite there with regards to they don't have the effective problem solving skills, or they have their box of thinking is just not their forte. Maybe that's the case for them. Is there a way to improve and get better? Absolutely. I think any leader can improve and get better and learn more. And I think that I'll cover that in just a second here. But one of the things that absolutely that every leader should do is continuously learning, continuously looking for ways to improve themselves, to enhance and grow their problem solving skills, improve their out of box thinking, asking for feedback. All of those things you can do. And what is the question is what is the solution oriented leader really mean, or who is that person? And then really the solution oriented leader is someone who brings suggestions to the table versus problems. And whenever we face or your business faces problems, the business wants to see leaders who come to table with solutions and ways to fix whatever you may be facing, whatever obstacle you may be facing. And what they're not looking for is for a leader who comes in and complains and starts pointing blame and pointing fingers to other people or other processes or other departments that potentially drop the ball, instead of taking responsibility, accepting responsibility, and own their problem. And I think that's another very important part of that is leader who has good problem solving skills is also a someone who owns their problems and have strong sense of problem ownership and really ready to accept problems. And it's sometimes it could be very difficult for some leaders to accept problems, to take ownership if something didn't go as planned, or if the plan failed, or whatever else might have happened that went in a negative way or not as planned. It's important for a good leader to step in and really acknowledge their mistake, if the mistake was made, and accept their problems and find the ways and suggest the ways to fix that problem in the future, to make sure that when either the similar process or a different process, when it's implemented, it goes as planned and is actually successful in the future. So definitely problem ownership and problem acceptance is a very important part of that. The other thing is that's unfortunately affecting leaders is our ego and our self pride, and because we as leaders we tend to pride ourselves as we know a lot of information, right? We passionate about leadership. We have studied various books and materials, seminars, and you name it. We are just full of information, and unfortunately, sometimes what happens is when we run into a problem where we may drop the ball or a plan fails because while we are the leader, regardless whether you're the primary point of contact on that particular project or plan or not, you as a leader should always accept responsibility and provide solutions on how to fix that in the future. And unfortunately, what happens is often our ego comes into play, our self pride comes into play, and we just simply are not willing to admit that we made a mistake. We're not willing to admit that we as leaders could potentially make a mistake or do something that is not successful or could potentially fail. Now, we're all human beings, and even the best leaders out there in any industry have made mistakes. But what's important is not to run away from those mistakes, but actually acknowledge them, accept them, really kind of keep your ego in check, keep your self pride in check, ask for feedback. Ask for what you can do as a leader, what you can do better. Ask your peers, ask your colleagues, and other people. Ask them what can you do better, and take that feedback. It's also a very important part of that, right? It's not just please let me know what I can do better next time, but when that feedback is actually shared, use that information and apply it, and you will see how much your abilities, how much your really the respect from others, and the fact that you're listening to their feedback, you're listening to the suggestions, and implementing them will go far. So it's important to take a step back when we are facing an obstacle, facing a problem. Take a step back, analyze what did you do as a leader, what you may have missed. In the whole process, and whatever the plan was or action that was taken or wasn't taken, if the plan has failed. So taking a step back, analyzing it, asking for feedback, and then really making appropriate adjustments to be able to make sure that it didn't happen in the future, but bring suggestions and bring solutions to the table. And being open to feedback, definitely continuously learning, right? We all learn and grow every single day. Just like as you're watching this module, if the information is not applied on a regular basis, it's hard to expect for something to change, right? It's kind of doing the same thing and expecting different result. It's the definition of insanity, right? So you have to you have to implement, you have to try different things, you have to practice what you learn. So that's where continuous learning come into play and asking for feedback. So 3 takeaways from this particular module. First one, be a leader who is a problem solver versus a problem creator or someone who's pointing blame. A second takeaway from today's module is own your problem and find the ways to solve those problems. And third takeaway from today is keeping your ego in check is a very important step to problem acceptance and problem solving. So remember that. Even as a most confident leader, it's important to realize where you are, take a step back, analyze, and accept that feedback that is being shared, and kind of keep your ego in check. But you've got to own and accept your problems, because that's really the only way you'll be able to come with very innovative and out-of-box thinking and solutions. So that was it for today. Again, it was Alex Keeson here with you today. This was Heart and Mind of a Leader, and I will be sharing those show notes on the heartandmindofaleader.com blog. That should be live either tonight or tomorrow morning, as well as the key takeaways. Those will be included as well. I'm looking forward to speak with you again from about a week from today, and you'll have the good rest of the week, and we'll chat again soon. You'll take care. Bye.